Good day, gentlemen and ladies. Today I'll be discussing about military leadership. Welcome to the Asian Institute of Science and Technology ROTC unit. This is your instructor for today, Master Sergeant Engel Matthew F. Arendia, Infantry Philippine Army Reserve, CV-A20-000082, your Senior Tactical NCO. So let's go to the topic, military leadership. Ano nga ba yung military leadership? Maraming nagtatanong kung ano yung military leadership. Maraming nagsasabi kung ano yung military leadership. But do we really get to the point of identifying what military leadership is all about? So, to begin with, let me read you a sentence, a line that really is fitted for the topic. Leadership is not about rank or position. It's about influence, responsibility, and setting the example. So, sabi nga, no, leadership, sabi dito, is not about the rank. So, kahit pa general ka, colonel ka, major ka, or what have you, it's not, ikaw ang presidente or vice president ng isang organization or what have you. Hindi yun yung leadership. Yung leadership is how you influence them. You taking responsibility and setting the example. No? So, hihimayin natin yan. Titingnan natin kung ano yung concept na to and how is it applicable to the topic military leadership. So, ano bang purpose nitong topic? What is the purpose of this topic? The purpose of this topic is to understand what military leadership is all about. What are the principles? What are the qualities of a military leader? And of course, how is military leadership applied in both military and daily life? So ibig sabihin hindi lang siya pang military equipage. It may be applied to your civilian and daily life as well. How is it relevant to us? Paano ba to relevant? Hindi naman ako diehard na gusto ko maging military. So let's see, no? This prepares you for future roles in the military. Ayun na. First question. Sir, hindi ko naman kakaririn yung mag-military eh. So, you don't have to prepare me for future roles in the military. Okay. Question is, are you sure about it? To share to you, even when I was in college, in high school, I never thought na magiging part ako ng military. I never thought that I will be part of a very respectable community defense center, no? But where am I right now? No? So, maigi na yung prepared ka. Kasi baka mamaya in the future, you will be into it. And for those who will be pursuing their career in the military, this is one good baby step, no, for you as you go on with your journey. Next is builds discipline, teamwork, and decision making skills. So this is relevant. The military leadership is relevant because it would help us build discipline, teamwork, and decision making skills. So later on, hihimay-himayin natin yan. Mamaya malalaman natin kung paano papasok yan sa concept ng military leadership. So, what is military leadership? Military leadership is the art and science of influencing, motivating, and directing people to accomplish the mission. Okay, so dito sabi, art and science. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang siya basta-bastang konsepto na binuo. Pinag-aralan siya, kasi science siya, and binigyan siya ng magandang design, kasi naging art siya. No? So, this goes to show na this is very, very useful. No, this has been proven to be very effective. Pero of course, para maging effective yan, we have to have key points. Ano ba yung key points? First, not just giving orders, it's guiding orders. So, military leadership, you just don't give orders. You guide people. Ibig sabihin, bago ka magbigay ng order o ng kung anong tasking, you should also know how it is done. Kaya ka nagbibigay ng tasking to delegate the job. Ibig sabihin, mas marami yung magagawa. Mas maging effective ang trabaho para ma-accomplish yung mission. Next is balances mission accomplishment and welfare of troops. So yung mission accomplishment, it is there, that's 100%, but of course, we have to consider yung welfare of troops. No, okay ba sila? Kaya ba nila? So mamaya titingnan natin 'yan. Requires integrity, courage, and accountability. So, syempre, as a leader, dapat may integrity ka. What is integrity? Doing what is right even nobody's looking. So kahit walang nag-o-observe sa'yo, walang nakatingin sa'yo, you still have to do what is right. And hindi ganun kadali yun. Lalo na kung enticing yung nasa harapan mo. Lalo na kung tempting yung situation na kung nasaan ka. So, for you to have integrity on that particular situation, you have to have courage. And having courage is being accountable. No? Pinaninindigan mo yung magiging decision mo. Ano ba yung principles of military leadership? First is lead by example. No? Kailangan, kung ano yung sinasabi mo, kaya mo rin gawin. Hindi yung sinasabi mo lang pero ikaw mismo, hindi mo nagagawa. When you lead by example, you have to make sure that you have proven and tested it sa sarili mo na applicable siya. So, ibig sabihin, meron ng standards to. And sabi nga, no, leading by example is a professional standard. No, it is a high personal and professional standard. Another principle is know your subordinates and look out for their welfare. So, understand their strengths, weaknesses, and needs. Hindi po pwede na utos ka ng utos, task ka ng task, pero hindi mo alam, hindi pala yun pasok sa kanya. No, know their strengths. Parang sa isang grupo, merong magaling magsalita. Syempre, magaling siya magsalita pero hindi naman siya magaling mag-drawing. So pag merong tasking ang grupo ninyo, would you designate or would you give the task na mag-drawing siya? Syempre hindi, pababayaan mo siya magsalita na lang. Siya yung magiging spokesperson ng grupo. That's his strengths. No? Yung weakness niya na mag-drawing, wag mo ibibigay sa kanya. And ano yung kailangan niya para mag-grow siya? Bibigyan mo ba siya ng art lesson? No. Bigyan mo siya ng speakers bureau or something related to public speaking para mas ma-improve niya yung skills niya. No? Next is keep your people informed. So communication builds trust and efficiency. Always be transparent to your men. Make them know kung ano ba talaga ang current situation. Bakit? Posible na isa sa mga tao mo merong idea to make things work better. No, may mga efficient dyan na mga tao mo na hindi lang napapansin. So you have to build trust and hear them. No? Another principle of leadership is set the example in conduct and ethics. So when you set example in the conduct and ethics, you have to have integrity. Sabi nga, no, number 1 is integrity and honesty. Why? Because when you have integrity and honesty, you will inspire confidence. Magiging confident kasi yung mga tao mo, magiging confident yung mga personnel mo kung nakikita nila na ikaw mismo, when you're setting the example, na ginagawa mo yung dapat kahit wala yung inyong superior. So it's an ethics, no? You are showing you're proving them something to be doable kahit medyo mahirap. Next is ensure the task is understood, supervised, and accomplished. So pag nagbigay ka ng task, no, as a leader, you have to make sure that you yourself you understand para pag binigay mo sa kanila maintindihan din nila. No? Giving clear instructions. Sinabi mo, okay, amen, proceed tayo. Pagdating dun sa gantong area, mag-turn left tayo. Kaso mo, magkaharap kayo. So, yung left mo ay right nila. No? So, pagdating doon, sila ay nag-turn ng right. Kasi magkaharap kayo eh. So, naintindihan ba nila yung instructions mo? So, hindi. So, for that particular instance, it is an example that you have to make sure that they understand. So, tatanungin mo sila, naintindihan ba? So, mayroong magtatanong dyan na, sige, sir, ito ba ay yung right mo o left mo o left namin? No? Then, you get to supervise them. Then, when you have good supervision, automatic, no? Meron kang follow-up. Kasi very critical yan eh. Yung pagbibigay ng clear instruction, hindi yan basta-basta. Ang instructions, kung minsan, nakakamatay yan pag mali. No? If you don't give them the right instructions, sometimes you'll take them into, you'll be bringing them in a situation where it may also cost their lives. No? So, iiwasan natin yun. So, we have to be precise, no, in giving instructions. Next is develop responsibility among subordinates. So, encourage them to have initiative and growth. So, giving them the maturity of developing responsibility, no, magkakaroon sila ng initiative in a particular situation na kahit hindi nila itanong sa'yo, basta alam nila and nakita nila na nandun yung light, so why not go ahead, diba? Make them feel that you also trust them. So that's the only time they will grow. So ano ba yung qualities of a military leader? Okay, first quality, integrity. The first quality is character. In character, you have to have integrity, loyalty, and courage. No, doing what is right, even nobody's doing, very important. Laging kasama yan eh. Dahil pag ginawa mo yan, loyal ka na. And being loyal is not really easy. Lalo na kung very enticing or very tempting yung nasa harapan mo. Tulad na sabi ko nga kanina. You will really need courage to do that. Next is competence. Skill in tactics, strategy, and decision making. So, dapat as a leader, you have to have the skill. Skill in tactics, in strategy, and decision making. So, kahit nandun ka sa isang scenario, alam mo or you have the concept, no? You have the idea kung paano ang gagawin, saan ka pupunta, anong gagawin. No, sabi nga sa biruan pag nandun ka sa isang lugar, dapat alam mo yung eco-eco. No? Ano yung eco-eco? Escape and evacuation. So, alam mo kung saan ka pupunta. No? Kasi sa oras ng gipitan. Next is confidence. No, as a leader, you have to have confidence. You have to inspire them to trust, no, and motivate them to listen to you. No, confidence really is one of the quality of a leader na kahit sa civilian life, kailangan meron tayo niyan. Kasi pag confident ka, ano yun maniniwala pag may sinasabi ka sa isang tao, nagle-lecture ka o binibigyan mo ng instructions, maniniwala sila kung confident ka magsalita. Naririnig naman natin yun sa boses kung confident, di ba? Kung ang kanyang salita, if how the way he speaks is very very vague, no? O malabo, no? Paano mo siya pakikinggan? Paano ka magta-trust sa kanya? So, hindi ka magta-trust, no? And therefore, hindi mo rin siya ma-motivate, no? So, it would be best you have to be confident as a leader. Next, you have to be committed. Being committed, in short, is having dedication to your mission, country, and team. No, hindi mo dapat kalimutan na meron kayong common goal. No, the team has a common goal. So remembering that means you would not let go. Hindi ka basta-basta bibitaw kasi bakit? Meron common goal eh. Hindi lang ikaw, hindi lang para sa iyo 'yun, no? Lahat kayo, ang dami niyo. Kunwari, let's say take for example, isang platoon kayo. Oh, ikaw lang ang walang commitment, no? So paano mangyayari yung mission kung ikaw hindi committed? Kasi every time na na mabubuslo ka dun sa dahil wala kang commitment, yung mga tao mo ganun din, no? So saan mapupunta yung mission? Mission failed yun. So courage. So as a leader, you have to have both physical and moral courage. Sir, courage, di ba ibig sabihin, matapang ka sa barilan, sa, alam mo yun, sa engkwentro, suntukan, sa away. Is that courage? No, that is not courage. Physical courage and moral courage would also mean your drive, no, to achieve. Sabi nga, meron ako nabasa, nakalimutan ko lang kung sino yung nagsabi nun, but sabi nga, to prove that you're really brave and courageous, you have to learn how to say sorry when you have committed a mistake, no? Yun yung courage. So from hindi ko makalimutan yung phrase na yun, but nakalimutan ko kung sino nagsabi nun, but saying sorry is one of the ways of proving that you're courageous and you're brave. No, so when you have that, when you have courage, no, yung physical mo and moral courage mo will be a very good tool for you to survive in a particular scenario, regardless of what scenario that is. Next is adaptability, ability to adjust to changing situations. So, dito naman, designed naman tayo dyan, di ba? As military personnel, we are always told and we have been trained to adjust to changing situations. So, hindi lang siya basta sa isang sitwasyon ka lang. It may change. You as a personnel, military personnel, meron kang ability na sabayan yan. Kumbaga nga sabi nga dapat marunong ka sumayaw sa tono. Marunong kang sumabay sa tugtugin. Alright? So, leadership styles. Ano ba yung leadership styles? May mga styles pa tayo, no? First leadership style is autocratic or directive. No? An autocratic or a directive leadership style is giving clear commands and effective in combat situations. So yung, again, katulad ng diniscuss natin kanina, dapat malinaw yung instructions mo. Dapat tama yung instructions mo. Dapat alam mo yung instructions mo. Then you are a directive type of leader. Next is democratic and participative. This involves team in decision making, and this builds morale. No? Sa democratic, parang Pilipinas, pinakikinggan lahat ng salita. Next type of leadership is laissez-faire, no? Or the hands-off approach. Works when team is highly skilled. So, kumbaga, hindi mo na kailangan magbigay ng instructions kasi yung team mo marunong din. Sabi nga, ito yung description ng isang team na magkakaparehas ng frequency. Ibig sabihin, kung anong kaya ng isa, kaya ng lahat. A very good example of this would be people or personnel or our comrades from the Scout Ranger, no? So hindi mo na sila kailangan, of course bibigay ka pa rin ng konting instructions, but hindi na detailed kasi alam na nila kung anong gagawin because they're highly skilled. They have been trained for this particular or for this random situations. So they're highly skilled. So ito yung type ng leadership na yan. And the last is the situational leadership. So adjust style based on mission and personnel. So situational leadership, depende kung ano ang mission or sino ang kasama mong mga tao, anong klaseng mga tao, no? Nagbabago yung leadership niya. So ibig sabihin, ito yung mga magaling magtinikling, no? Kahit anong tugtog yan, kaya niyang sabayan ng tinikling yan. No, ito yung mga klase ng leader, situational leadership. Next, syempre, itong mga leader, sir, military leadership na pag-aralan na namin. I have been doctrinated and I am applying that in my life. Pero bakit may challenges? Sabi may challenges daw sa military leadership. Yes, merong challenges pa rin. Kahit na anong galing mo as a leader, meron pa rin challenges. Ano yung challenges niya? High stress situations and combat pressure. No? So, yung mga situations and uh, events na lalo na yung mga nagkabiglaan, no? Ito yung mga uh, kahit anong galing mong leader, kung minsan natatapilo ka pa rin eh. No? So, ito yung mga challenges. Next is managing diverse teams. So, sa isang team, meron kang iyakin, meron kang matapang, meron kang mahiyain, meron kang all-knowing. So, paano mo sila i-manage? Hindi ka naman pwedeng pumili ng personnel. 'Di ba? Kung sino ang dumating sa iyo, no, kung sino ang i-assign sa iyo as a leader, you have to manage them. So, hindi siya ganun lang ka simple-simple, no? Lalo na pag diverse or iba-iba ang ugali ng mga tao mo. Another challenge is maintaining discipline and moral. So, lagi natin sinasabi na ang highest form of discipline ay nasa military. No? Ang mga military personnel, mahinang malabong mapaghinaan ng loob. Pero always understand, tao lang din yan. Kung minsan, ang mga kasama natin, sabi nga, no, there is always a child within us na kung minsan we cross the line and we forget the discipline. You know, sometimes we get a very bad news, we get low morale, or sometimes we don't achieve a particular mission and we are scolded, we are reprimanded, no? Then bumababa ang ating moral. But of course, lahat naman 'yan, no? If your leader would know how to give the antidote for that. And the last, of course, is balancing mission, objectives, and troop welfare. So, syempre, pagpipilian mo yon, ano ba? Meet ko yung mission? Pabayaan ko na tong welfare ng troops ko? Magkakamatayan naman to, mauubos sila, pero mission accomplished. Oh, okay ba yon? Or, hindi ko na lang i-meet yung mission, at least na ingatan ko yung troops ko. So, yan yung challenges as a military leader. Sir, paano ba natin ito apply sa ROTC? Okay, first, in our daily life, no, time management, discipline, and teamwork. So, in our daily lives, we have to have time management para marami tayong inaasikaso every day, no? And as you gain age, nagkakaroon ng mas maraming activities, no? So, in the ROTC, habang pag-graduate ka na, palapit na palapit ka sa graduation, mas marami kang trabaho. So, time management and discipline and teamwork, no, is needed. Next is training exercises, leading squads, giving clear instructions. So, syempre, as a cadet officer, or kahit nga hindi cadet officer, as part of a platoon or a company, no, we also lead them. Always remember, people looks at us in times that we are in a very in a situation that is very difficult. No, so you become a squad leader in that particular scenario. Next is community engagement, organizing events and motivating volunteers. So, sa ROTC, pag merong event, no, military leadership, makukuha natin yung mga detalye na yan at maaayos natin yung detalye na yan, lalo na kung volunteers yung mga kasama natin. Kung maibibigay natin or mai-utilize natin yung military leadership. So in conclusion, it is said that military leadership is a continuous learning process. Dahil every day you meet other people, every day you get to get new knowledge or information. So continuous yan. And of course, true leaders inspire by example, act with integrity, and care for their team. So, in every little thing you do, in or out of your uniform, no, in and out of the DMST, lahat yan, no? You get to inspire by example sa bawat kilos mo. No? And so before I end my topic, I would like to read what Dwight Eisenhower shared to us. The supreme quality for leadership is unquestionable integrity. No. Pag meron kang unquestionable integrity, ibig sabihin hindi mo nasira yung integridad mo. Yan yung supreme quality ng leader. Why? Kasi everything follows when you have integrity. Once again, I would like to thank you for your time. This is Master Sergeant Engel Matthew F. Arandia, bidding you and wishing you a good day ahead. Thank you for your time.